All right. Twitch, YouTube, every other multimedia platform on the internet. How are you guys doing today? We are happy to bring you the Cage Lions podcast episode 19 live. We got our shit together. We did it live, and now we're here. We made it.
It's still so hot. It's drinkable, but really hot.
so for context, we were getting ready, and Benny goes to me. I made this tea like an hour ago, and it's still like scalding hot. No, I was like, how in the world does that even happen? He was like, oh, I have it in Yeti. And I was like, yeah, dude, you're going to wake up tomorrow and it's still going to be warm. Like,
Not a brand deal, not sponsored, but I
I
mean,
wish.
if I had to get sponsored by any thermos beverage, keep her warmer, keep her colder, it would be Yeti.
But
And that's
Yeti,
my
dude,
2 cents.
they don't mess around at all.
I don't. And they
So,
have cool stickers.
so as usual, welcome on back to episode 19. We're here on a Tuesday. It's around 3:45 p.m. today. But first, I got to ask you before we get into it, how you doing? How's your weekend?
Dude, my weekend was unreal.
Was it?
Um,
Ooh.
Honestly, the main thing was um like basically from when I woke up. Well, not when I'd wake up pretty late, almost in the afternoon,
Same here.
and then by the time I got my shit together, did what I had to do, did exercised a little bit, took a shower, ate some food, and, like, settled down and was like, what do I wanna do right now? Oh, wait, there's football on from now until I go to bed." So
Hell
that was
yeah, there is.
awesome. Um, it was just a great weekend, mainly because football.
Yeah, dude. Like, there was football from 1 p.m. until 11 p.m. every day.
And
It was
most of
it
the
was a
games
glorious thing.
Most of the games had, like, a seamless transition, which was excellent.
Right. They timed that really well with the NFL.
Yeah, they did.
Um,
What about you? How was your weekend?
my weekend was good. I was on a work bender, so I got to only really catch the afternoon games, which is sad because we got a lot to talk about in terms of
Yeah.
NFL. And I did
Yeah, we
watch all the
do.
games, and I want to shout out you for live texting my AirPods the entire night, Saturday and Sunday, so I knew scores and possessions.
I got you.
This man single-handedly gave me my sports knowledge. So everything I know is off of ESPN yesterday and this man. So
Hey, it was fun. So I'd have my hype moments, and then I'd be like, "Oh shit, I gotta text exactly, like, what I'm saying in my head or, like, yelling at the TV right now." So it was great. And then every once in a while, I'd get a text back that was like, just ducked into, like a supply closet real quick, just wanna say, like, "Keep sending them, appreciate it, like, let's fucking go." And it was like, that's all I needed, you know? I
I
was
did
pretty sure you were
I would
getting the
dip into
text.
this I dipped into the stock room like every like 45 minutes like let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I told when I saw the text about the Browns oh
Yeah,
my god.
that Browns first quarter was off the
I
hook.
cannot wait to talk about that. So for anyone who's just tuning in for the first time, welcome, welcome. We're glad you can join us today. This is our first time doing it live, so please let us know in the chat if you need
Yeah,
anything. If there are any questions in the chat for us, please let us know
we're
because
talking points.
we're here to talk gaming, life, anything else. So anything else, yeah, anything you want us to talk about, feel free to drop in the chat. So we are just gonna kick it around all the sports leagues today. Um, we're going to go over the NFL. We got a lot to cover about Wildcard Weekend and a couple other separate headlines there. Then we got a couple little things in the other three sports leagues. The NHL season is kicking off, so we want to talk about that a little bit. Dip our toes in the water there. It kicks off on Wednesday, tomorrow. Holy shit! Tomorrow's already
Yeah.
Wednesday.
By the time this goes live, there will probably be hockey.
Well, this is tonight's episode.
Oh, never mind. I lied. Psych.
Psych. And then we're going to talk a little bit of gaming. There's a few things there to touch on as well. So, Benny, Wildcard Weekend.
You wanna start with Snoop Dogg?
Yes.
'Cause I
Okay.
actually
I
really
had
wanna
this
talk
thought.
about that.
I had this thought just like randomly in my head at like 1 in the morning. You know, when I wrote all of our stuff down. Can we talk for a quick second about how my man Snoop Dogg goes, does, interacts with, talks to whoever the fuck he wants?
Yeah,
Does he have an all access pass to the entire earth?
I think he might. I honestly
Like,
think he might. If you were an executive anywhere and, like, Snoop Dogg just, like, shows up at, like, one of your warehouses with, like, a cameraman following him around, like, I just start throwing money at him, "Please, do whatever
yeah,
you want." Because 'Cause I've seen him in so many commercials, so many video games recently. Um,
he's
I
in
don't even know.
WWE last
Yeah,
weekend.
he's he's in Madden. He has some songs in Madden, and he had a card for, Superstar KO, which, like, wasn't he didn't have, like, an actual card in the game. It was just, like, for one specific game mode. He was, like, I think he was a wide receiver. He is in NHL as an announcer. He comes in for, like, a period every once in a while, and will
Right,
talk. He has, what commercial I seen him in a commercial with,
Corona.
Bad Bunny recently. Was that was that for Corona?
Um, he has been in a lot of Corona commercials lately.
Yeah. And he has a wine now. My dad comes home with, like, a bottle of Snoop Dogg wine the other it's not that good, but, like, it was like a $10 bottle of wine, so it's nothing crazy, but
It's not your top tier.
it's
That's
his
still
own wine brand, like, his face is on it, it's like Snoop Dogg wine, like, what?
that's actually so wild. Like, what baffles me even further is that as like a society, I feel like there's still like a leaps and bounds of where we were 10, 15 years ago, but we're still like very like cautious and like I don't like reluctant about the whole marijuana scene.
Yeah.
And this man is quite literally the world's biggest advocate
Yeah,
of
it's
weed.
awesome.
When you think weed, the first person I think of, Snoop Dogg.
Mhm.
And he's just like widely accepted for that. So
Yeah, it's great. I'm surprised. I mean, he might have, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden, like, he started leading, like, a group of politicians on, like, a hardcore legalized weed. I mean, it's gonna happen no matter what, like, that's just the
I think they
trend.
did vote to legalize it, right? Federally? I thought like the House was like, yeah, this is good. We're good.
Okay, great.
I
It's been I mean, it's legal in Massachusetts, but you still can
several other
if the cops are
states.
being real pricks, they can still get you for, like, breaking federal law, but, like, nobody really would do that.
Yeah. Well, I think the only way they can do it is if like it's something about the United States can sue the state, but like obviously that hasn't happened.
Yeah,
So I mean, there's no cause for concern there.
yeah.
But
So,
Snoop Dogg,
seriously,
come on
that
down.
was a good talking point because I've noticed that too, all while being one of the most, like, prolific rappers of our generation, generation before us, of all time. So, we love Snoop Dogg.
Snoop, come on down to the pod. Welcome
Seriously.
to have you.
Step into the podcast scene. He's like
Okay.
cooking shows, Martha Stewart.
We're gonna see my man on like Man vs. Food next week.
That'd be awesome.
That's an all-time show. Have you ever seen that show?
I might have seen an episode or two. That there was only a few. The cooking show that I used to watch like religiously was Chopped.
Oh, okay, okay.
But what's the premise of that?
So Man vs. Food is they go to like a whole bunch of different like I don't even want to call them dives, but like like American food restaurants.
Yeah.
And then he does like this crazy food challenge. Like sometimes it'll be like ridiculously spicy wings, or sometimes it'll just be like 10 pounds of like some kind of food.
That's
But
sick. Oh,
like
there's so many restaurants that have those. Like we give you like
like a
this like
T-shirt or a spot on the wall of fame or
yeah, like
whatever.
a
Yeah,
table. The pizza's like as big as a table, and you have like an hour and like one friend to finish it.
yeah,
Those are cool.
something like that.
That's sick. That's actually sounds like a really good show.
Don't be calling me up asking me to do that. I can't do that.
No, fuck that.
I There's no
I'm kind of a
chance.
slow eater. I'm a
I
slow
I
eater. I like to enjoy my food.
I low key might be able to do it with ice cream, but like that's it.
That's fair.
So I want to talk about Wild Card Weekend now
Okay.
because
More than happy to.
I was able to watch like most of the games. I just didn't
Mhm.
really see like the night games and the second half of the other games.
Yeah.
We got some football, dude.
Do you want to go in like chronological order?
Yeah, we might as well. So
Bet.
Saturday at 1 p.m. we had the Bills versus the Colts. And this game, if I remember us saying last Thursday, we thought the Bills were just going to come out and curb stomp the Colts in the second half.
Yeah,
And it was a close, close game.
it was a close game.
If Philip Rivers doesn't suck, the Colts probably win.
Yeah, he had some. There's that one pass that like kind of went right over Michael Pittman Jr.'s hands. That wasn't really Pittman's fault. That was just like a pretty
It was a
terrible
brick.
throw.
I
But
text you, I was like, this is a brick.
yeah, he was wide open. Um, they went for it on fourth down going into the half. That was a good decision. I don't think that was a bad decision. I don't think you're going to be able to beat the Bills kicking field goals on 4th and 1, like 4th and goal at the 1. So I don't know. They were ahead too. I feel like going for it at like even when they didn't get it, it was still like okay, and only after the game when they lose by 3 are people like you should have kicked that field goal. That would have tied the
Right,
game.
right,
Like
right.
hindsight's
That's
2020.
yeah, it's not the kind of thing you got to look at the end of the game. It's something you got to be like right here right now, what's this impact going to have? Because in the
Yeah,
play like I think we've said this before. Playoff sports are different than regular season sports. It's a different season. And especially in
100%.
the game of football where it's win or go home, like
Every game.
every single game. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like it feels to me like you're not going to fuck, what's it called? You're not going to win
Win
it.
by
You're
field
not
goals.
going to win a game kicking field goals,
Yeah, I agree with that.
especially against the Bills, who have one of the most explosive offense, a top 3 in the NFL. So,
Definitely. And they still kind of got bailed out a few times. Those ridiculous sideline grabs, like those were two like miracle plays almost. I thought there was no way that those were both receptions, but like they were.
yeah,
That fumble, I don't know how they called that against the Bills. That was they totally recovered that.
I was like, they got so fucked
Yeah, they did. If they had lost that game, people would have
because of
gone
that
up in arms.
drive.
Yeah, that would've been
Everyone would have been
ridiculous.
like, "We feel bad for Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Bills did not deserve that."
I kinda feel bad for the Colts because nobody wanted them to win.
Yeah,
Everybody
and
was just like, "Bills."
the two teams everyone wants to win are the Browns and the Bills.
Yeah, pretty much, and yeah, like, the Colts, I like that team. I went to watch one of their games. I like, Colts are one of my top 5, maybe, favorite teams in the league, but I was definitely rooting for the Bills the whole way, and I think most of the country was, to be quite honest,
Yeah, I was pulling for
and
the Bills.
yeah, I feel kinda bad for that, but, I'm really glad the Bills won. It's been too long. I really think they deserved that win. So, I'm
Yeah,
happy for them, happy for Josh Allen.
yeah,
Love the guy.
it was a W.
Definitely.
We got that prediction right, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
So far, 1-0. So, and then we kick it to the late afternoon game. Oh wait, one more point. Phil Rivers has to be done, right? He's done.
Um,
He
I don't know.
he had a pretty bad game.
Yeah, he didn't play that well.
All he proved to me was that he can't win in the playoffs.
Yeah, I kinda want for the Colts' sake, I kinda want them to have, like, a younger quarterback. I wouldn't hate seeing them pick up, like, Carson Wentz. We'll talk more about that later. But I think Phil is probably done in Indy.
I think
Maybe
he's
he gets
done,
a
dude.
job somewhere as I just don't think he's a starting quarterback
No,
on an elite team. And the Colts are an elite team. They're really, really good. But he had a very lackluster season. Like the whole season he just kinda like was like,
he was
"Meh."
inconsistent.
Mhm.
I mean, that's the number one thing you need on a professional football team is consistency.
Yeah.
And Philip Rivers is quite literally the opposite of that.
He
Was it?
wasn't
They
just
had like
inconsistent game in, game out. He was inconsistent quarter in, quarter out. Like one quarter he'd play
right,
with drives. He'd have a really good drive and then like throw a stupid pick.
right. So I personally think he's done. I think he's gonna retire. Um, but Only time will tell. We'll see in a couple months.
Yep.
So back to the afternoon game we have, or the late afternoon game we have Seahawks versus Rams. The Seahawks were the 3 seed in this one, and the Rams ran away with a victory.
Yeah, they did.
We
They kind
called
of
this.
spanked them.
We called this so hard.
Facts.
We called the upset. We were like, yeah, there's gonna be one upset today, and it's gonna be the Rams upsetting the Seahawks. Seahawks. I don't think the Seahawks are that good. Their
I don't
passing
dare
defense
either.
is atrocious.
Russell Wilson, I don't know what happened the second half of the season, but like yikes.
I think he got lost in the sauce, dude.
Yeah, I think Pete Carroll might have too, because their run game was really good. Like Chris Carson's a really good running back, and they had like a pretty good rushing attack. And yeah, they got lost and let Russ cook.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, because I was all for that at the beginning of the season, but I don't know. This game was just the Rams games are so boring. I feel like every
they
single
really
Rams
are.
game I've watched has been like a sleepy
They
game.
really are. And they come away with the win pretty decisively almost every time. But
Yeah. It's not saying anything bad about the Rams. Like they're a good football team.
it's just not like a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. It's not like they don't have like an electric offense. They have a good offense. They have a
They just
methodical offense.
they just put their head down and grind,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
If anything,
maybe
I'd rather
maybe
watch their
that's what
defense.
maybe that's why they're slept on because
I
they're not
think
a they're
yeah,
not a flashy team. I think Sean
that
McVay's built a culture around that team that's like you're gonna put your fucking head down. You're gonna win football games.
yeah, similar to the Patriots
Similar to
in
someone
that
we know.
regard.
Yeah.
But yeah, that we totally called that game, which was cool to see happen. The first like quarter, I was like, oh, we might have gotten this one very wrong, and then we didn't.
Hmm.
Second half came out, the Rams just decided to stomp them. It was their defense, man. Exactly what we said. Their defense is way too good for a struggling Seahawks offense,
Hmm.
and the Rams offense was good and methodical enough to beat a struggling Seahawks defense. I don't,
Defense has always will win championships.
amen.
At the end of the day, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Patriots had the number one defense. They won the Super Bowl versus the Rams.
Yep.
Like there's no question there.
I agree.
That's all it is. All right.
Yeah, that not much to talk about that game, except we called it and it was a sleeper. But
Yeah,
you know,
wasn't that good. So here's an interesting one. Saturday Night Football. The game we didn't think was going to be close. We had the 5 seed Bucks going up against the 4 seed Washington football team. But the Bucks only won by 5. 28-23.
that was ridiculous. I
I
didn't
thought I
watch
thought
the
Alex
end of that
Smith
game.
was
I
going to
don't think.
play and he didn't play.
Same, I did too.
Um but their guy Taylor Heineke just earned himself a contract somewhere.
I think he's going to be a starting quarterback in the league next year, somewhere.
I hope it's not New England, dude.
I mean, I'd be okay with it. Like, I'd rather him than Cam. But
Uh
imagine if Heineke was the starting quarterback for the football team all season. Like his potential right now is through the roof because of how he played, how cool, calm, and collected he was in a huge playoff game.
you know what I think is going to make the difference for him? Whether or not we have a preseason next year.
True.
If we
Yeah,
have a
that could be
preseason,
huge.
if we have a preseason for next season, and he has 4 weeks to earn himself a starting spot in a game situation,
Yeah, that'll be big for him.
that that's where his money is going to be earned
I mean, it's
because he
kind of
he
like
showed it one game. Like
yeah,
relax.
it's kind of like a Justin Fields situation, you know?
Yeah, true.
Like he has one like ridiculous game. Obviously, Justin Fields more than Heineke, um, pulling off the big upset win. But Heineke kept it really close against a really good team.
Hmm.
So I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be a starter if he has at least a decent preseason. I think he'll be a starter.
I think you're right about that too. Um, no one really saw how close this was going to be. I think I called Bucks by what, 14, 17?
Yeah, I think you're
I
right.
think you
I think
said
we
somewhere.
both
I
agreed
think
on
you
that.
said somewhere in the 10 to 12 range.
Yeah,
And I was like, nah, 17. They kept it a one-score game. I mean, they made it really close. Um, Against playoff Tom Brady.
yeah,
And that's what everyone overlooks every single year.
hmm
Playoff Tom Brady simply does not lose.
yeah.
When
I,
he has any kind of weapon, he simply does not lose.
and he has, on paper, one of the best offenses in the history of football. I think. I think he, on paper, got the his wide receiver trio: Godwin, Antonio Brown, and Mike Evans.
And Gronk,
Holy, yeah, Gronk at tight end. The running backs are pretty solid.
Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones have gotten it done to say the least. Like,
Exactly. So I'm excited to see um the Bucks against an even better team. I think Washington football team surprised everyone even more than they had earlier in the season. I don't think people saw us being that close. And maybe they'll attract some more people in the offseason. I want to see. Do you think Alex Smith is going to be their starting quarterback next year?
yes,
Give him some more weapons. Give him like another wide receiver. Tyler McLaurin's going to be a beast. He already is kind of a beast.
yeah.
Antonio
I think
Gibson is pretty good.
their big pickup would probably be like Allen Robinson. Like if
Yeah,
they
that
got
would be
them, they
sick.
probably get carried into the playoffs. But the Patriots need to go after him too.
Yeah, I think the Patriots and the football team are in kind of similar situations in needing another. Well,
You need a couple pieces.
yeah, they're close though. Their defense is pretty crazy, and Chase Young is an animal. Like
Yeah,
he,
man.
not single handedly, but without him, they definitely don't make the playoffs, and they probably like
Oh,
don't win nearly as many games as they did.
I
So
agree.
he's a
And I
fucking
feel
animal.
and I feel like with Alex Smith, like they win a few more games if they're not using Dwayne Haskins for the first half of the season.
Yeah, I think
Like,
losing him was like picking up a good quarterback in some other places.
right? Like I think it's they have some potential. They're close. In the same
Ooh,
regard that the Cowboys are.
what do you think's gonna happen with Dwayne Haskins?
He's not going to get another job in the league.
You
He's
don't
done.
think not even a backup? You think he's
No,
out of the league
it's going
forever?
to be a Johnny Manziel situation. I think he's
Interesting.
done. I think he's just done.
I
He's
think
not
he might get like another season as like a third string backup somewhere, but I wouldn't be
maybe.
surprised. I don't think he'll start another game like
No, I don't think he
as
will
a
either.
starter unless there are other quarterbacks like something really bad happens.
Yeah. I don't think that he's going to get another look in the NFL again.
Yeah, he really
Just
fucked that up.
he really did. I mean, the kid just didn't look like he was trying.
Yeah, I agree. And he had a lot of promise. He was like a
He
high
did.
draft pick. The the football team back then, it was the R words, invested a lot into him, and that's usually what you do. You pick a quarterback high in the first round. That's your guy for like at least 4 or 5 years because you invested a lot in him. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's first like 2 seasons weren't that great, but the Browns said we picked him at number one overall. We got to put a lot of resources and we got to trust him because we're gonna look like idiots if we screw up another quarterback
if
pick
we
like this.
if we fuck up a fourth quarterback in a row.
Yeah. So, and they stuck with him and it paid off. And Dwayne Haskins, it wasn't the fact that like he didn't get enough opportunity. It was that he kept like screwing up things that like weren't even really questions. Like it wasn't like he was throwing bad passes, that he was like openly violating COVID protocol like multiple times. I don't know. That's
You
just
got to show that you care.
yeah,
If you don't do
exactly.
it for the it felt like he was doing it for the money, and if you're just doing it for the money, you're
No.
not gonna last very long.
No,
And
exactly.
there are some people in the NBA that are like, I don't even like basketball. I just do it because I'm tall. Like, okay, I'll see you in 3 years at my insurance office.
Yeah.
but I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Dwayne Haskins will see the football field again, personally, just
Yeah,
because of his lack of effort and lack of caring.
yeah.
But Sunday,
Let's do it.
Sunday.
Let's kick it.
So we went 3-0 on Saturday. We went slightly less good on Sunday.
I mean, Saturday on Saturday, I was like, "Damn, I wish I, like, put some money on all these games." Like, I felt even better about Sunday than I did Saturday simply because the Rams Seahawks game I felt kinda iffy about. Like, I was pretty like, I thought that the Rams were gonna pull it off.
Yeah, me
I
too.
was very confident that the Bills were gonna win. I was very confident that the Bucks were gonna win. They both almost lost. But yeah, the Sunday games I felt less good about.
The Sunday games, I felt like the
No, I felt
Titans
more
were a
good about,
lock,
sorry.
man. I felt bad about Sunday.
Yeah,
I felt like the Titans were a lock.
so did I. I
I
thought that they were gonna
really did.
pound on the Ravens.
And the Ravens lost 20-13. I mean, the Ravens won 20-13 against the Titans. Pretty much all because Mike Vrabel's play calling just went out the window.
Derrick Henry had,
It
like
was bad.
at one point, it was, like, 15, maybe more rushes for, like, 50 yards. I was like, "Oh," he kept getting tackled, like, at the line of scrimmage. It was just a rough day for him.
If you looked at the line of scrimmage though, you literally see like 7 guys in the box.
Yeah, they were stacking the box, and, like, you could obviously tell, like, "Oh, it's gonna be, like, a halfback dive." They're stacking the box. Maybe, like, don't
A
hand the
lot.
ball
Like
off. Yeah, seriously. Like, throw it,
throw it
Tannehill.
to AJ Brown,
Yeah,
maybe.
didn't happen.
It's
It was
just
also a
if
much lower scoring game than I thought it would be.
mm, I felt like it was gonna be low-ish scoring. Like I thought we were gonna see mid 20s for both.
Yeah,
Um,
but,
but
like, 13 points for the Titans, man. Damn.
let me put it this way. King Henry is still the king.
Mhm.
He is not he's going to have that for the rest of his career. He's going to keep making people his lead blocker, keep sending people to the shadow realm 2 to 5 times a year for the next 10 years. But that being said, you cannot run the football when they're giving you one-on-one coverage every play
Yeah,
because they're expecting you to run the ball 9 times out of 10.
exactly, and
You
Tannehill has
have
proven that he can throw the
He's a good
ball.
passing quarterback, and they have a
Yeah,
good, reliable set of weapons. I don't know why Mike Vrabel had such a tough time calling passes. Every time he called a pass, it was complete because there was like one-on-one coverage. There was
yeah.
like that pick at the end of the game that we're not going to talk about because there was like a
That
minute
was
left.
not Tannehill's that wasn't even Vrabel's fault. That was the receiver's fault. He
The
just
man
tripped.
fell.
Yeah.
You fell in a playoff game.
The defender didn't even, like, guard him that well. He was wide open. All he had to do was turn around and catch the ball, but he, like
He tripped over
obviously,
himself. He
he's
was
an
unlucky.
elite athlete, and, like, I would not be able to catch a single ball in an NFL game. I'm not saying that, but it is his job. He should be able to. And it was just like, damn, that's the game right there. That could have been a game-tying drive, and
In an OT, I feel like the Titans win.
yeah, so
The Titans could empty the tank to get one stop and then get a field goal. And
yep,
Gostkowski was money all day. So,
yeah.
which where was he the last 5 years in New England? I don't
It
want to talk about
all
that.
it all started going downhill once his, like, made extra point streak was broken, and then I feel like he just stopped caring, which, like, sucks because he was so good for so long.
But wasn't like the extra point like 10 yards back then? It was like the same as a 2 point.
Yeah,
Wasn't it like the field goal I kicked before practice back in the
it
day?
was still it was still historic,
That's fair. That is fair.
but yeah, this game kinda pissed me off because other than that, like, I kinda thought the Browns were gonna win. We might have said that like, we might have gone with a safe pick on the podcast and said the Steelers were gonna win, but, like, I had money on the Browns.
Okay, here's my thing. We recorded the podcast on Thursday.
Mhm.
Juju, we'll talk about Bears Saints in a minute.
What's up, Xander?
Juju went out and said the Browns is the Browns on Friday. That's not fair. Because as soon
No.
as he said that, I texted you and said the Browns are now winning this game, and I would put money on it.
Yeah. That Juju's an idiot. Okay, do we wanna I really wanna talk about the Browns, but we do have to talk about the Bears Saints first. We don't have to
Okay.
spend a lot of
All right.
time
All
on
right.
it because this game kind of, like, sucked, but
All right. The
we're
Saints
3 for
won.
4. We're 3 for 4 at this point.
Yes. Um, the Saints won 21-9. Again, closer, lower scoring than we thought. Saints most well-rounded team in the NFL right now. I feel like. Um,
I can see that. Drew Brees played better than I thought he would, to be honest.
he's
I don't
still
know.
good, man. He's still got
Dude,
it.
he broke, like, 12 ribs, like, 5 weeks ago.
I know.
How do you come back from that so fast? Like, my dad broke some of his ribs, and he was out of commission for, like, at least a month or 2.
They get like the stem cells and the special shots and stuff. I don't even know
That's
how
true.
athletes recover. Athletes will literally tear their ACL at the start of the season and come back in 4 months. I don't know how they do
Neither do I. Yeah, I
it.
mean, true, they do have the best, like, everything, the healthcare-wise and recovery-wise, but still.
Still, um,
Um, the bear oh, dude, that dropped
that
pass in the end
drop.
zone, that could've changed the game.
I think it does change the game if they score a
It's
touchdown and are able to get some offensive momentum rolling.
I don't even blame Mitch for that. Mitch
No,
has really
it was a
stepped
good
it up the
pass.
past few weeks.
He played well.
I think you gotta give him at least another year or 2 before, like, bringing another starting quarterback in, and I
No, for
think you
sure.
gotta Nick Foles should not start ever. If
If you
Mitch
if you
Trubisky if Mitch Trubisky throws, like, 2 picks in the first half, fine, put Nick Foles in for the second half, and he will play very well, but he's not a starting quarterback.
nope, he's one of those people that is just an amazing backup quarterback.
I think he might be the greatest backup quarterback ever.
I agree
Like, coming
wholeheartedly.
in and dominating, like, no other backup quarterbacks can do that, but it's I don't know what maybe it's his mindset, maybe he, like, feels like he's fighting to be the starting quarterback when he's not, but, like, deep down knows that he shouldn't. I don't know, it's weird, but he's a fucking sick backup.
He is. If you give me the list of people who I want to be my backup, Nick Foles is at the very top of that
Yeah,
list.
I agree with that.
Um, Sean Payton got slimed after the game
Oh my gosh.
and ruined the Concord 11s.
Dude, those shoes.
I was like, those were
Take
like
'em off.
$500 shoes.
Just take them off. Oh,
That
I
was like the
remember
whole
watching that
comment
video.
section too. Everyone was like, the Concords.
Yeah, I remember watching the video and I was like, "Oh, that's cute. He's getting slimed." And he like sits down and the camera pans out. And I'm like, "Okay,
And
where is he?"
it's like, no.
Oh, that
My
sucked.
buddy texted me and was like, he can buy another pair. And I was like, that's not the point.
Exactly. It's like the thought. You see like the super rich people who have the nice sneakers like almost care about them more than if you like, you know what I mean? If you have a lot of shoes and you care about them,
Yeah.
you just take
I
them off.
just
Just
oh
fucking
my
take
god,
them off.
it was so frustrating. I was like, "No!"
Were you you were at work for this one, right?
For
The
Browns
Bears,
frauds. Oh, for the
Bears
Bears
Saints.
game. I watched like the first half-ish.
Did you watch any of it on Nickelodeon?
No, but I saw like some of the highlights and it was hilarious.
Kind of electric. It was kind of sweet. Like I wouldn't hate if they had like a Nickelodeon game every once in a while because they like introducing a new generation to football. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to get more of the kiddos
Yeah,
watching the game. I think that's sick. And it was
I like
cool
it.
to see like people get slimed. Whoa. People get slimed in the end zone.
I like it honestly.
Yeah.
I did see Cordell Patterson go, "What the fuck?" on
That was
Nickelodeon.
on Nickelodeon. Yeah, he dropped an F bomb
And they
on Nick.
and the caster's like, "All right."
Do you think he
I was
that's not
like,
his fault. Do you think he's gonna get
no,
fined for that?
no, he's not gonna get fined for that.
I think it's so funny. I love that.
It's on
After
Nickelodeon. It's not on like isn't it like not on any other cast either? It was just Nickelodeon. It was just like, what
no,
the fuck?
yeah. I I love it when it was especially in the bubble or NBA games
Oh
After, like, a
yes.
big dunk, like, they mute everything,
Yeah, because
and
everyone's
there's,
like,
like, 5 seconds. Yeah. You just hear the dunk, and then you hear, "Ah," and then it cuts off, and everything's muted for, like, 5 seconds. I'm like, "I wonder why they're not playing the audio."
or like
Mm,
a block or something. Get that shit out of here.
yeah, exactly. Mellow.
I would love to just. I wish I was like dirty at basketball so I could just talk shit to everyone. Basketball and baseball are the two sports where you can just talk infinite amounts of shit, especially in baseball.
Oh, yeah. The baseball trash talk game is ridiculous because the other sports, like basketball, is so soft that like you have to in the old like Kobe in those days you could talk a bunch of shit, but now like you can't because like they'll start crying. Yeah,
Start teeing you up.
yep, get you the hell out of there.
Yep.
But yeah,
I would love. Yeah. What was it? Hey Shaq, this one's for you, baby.
oh my gosh, close your eyes.
Bro,
Um, Browns game. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, this
Corvette,
game.
Corvette, baby.
Oh, that
Ah.
was so funny. This game, man. The first play, I'm, like, at my mom's house watching this, and for some reason, she, like,
Meanwhile, I'm in the
really
trenches of Target.
yeah. You're in the trenches, I'm at my mom's. I'm texting you the everything that happens. The first play of the game, um, never would have happened. Was it Pouncey is the center? Whatever his name is? Never that's like a once in a career thing for him. He has never done anything like that and definitely never will again. First play of the game, bad snap, recovered by the Browns, touchdown instantly. And I was like, okay, like that's electric, but that doesn't mean anything. Um, second, like then there was like some other plays and then a pick, touchdown, 3 and out, Browns touchdown, another pick. I think it was a pick six, touchdown. At the end of the first quarter, the Browns are up 28-0. And I'm still nervous. I still don't think the
I'm
game
still
is
nervous too.
over.
I'm still
Yeah,
nervous too.
because
My other buddy is live texting me the game too. He just like was texting me because he knew I was at work,
mhm,
and he was like, "This game's over." And I was like, "Don't you fucking say that."
yeah, it's definitely not over. And there was even in the fourth quarter, there were a few plays. I was playing video games with my friends. We were like playing Madden, and I at that point I like wasn't watching. I just had like a play by play up on my phone, and was they were watching, so they were telling me what was happening. And I was still nervous. There was like 2 minutes left, and I think the Steelers scored late, and it was still a two-score game, but we were like with like 2 minutes left, we were like, okay, like can we just get the first down? Like, can we run the clock out? It was scary, but the Browns dicked on the Steelers. That is exactly what we wanted to see.
Bro, I opened my phone and I expected it to be like 13-10 Steelers when I
Yeah,
first checked my phone. I saw 28-0 Browns and you just in all caps like, let's fucking go. And my other buddy going, they fucking suck. I was like, what's happening? And I checked and I was like, what am I witnessing? It
it
was
was
quite
ridiculous.
literally the best thing to ever come out of my job. Fuck the
Yeah.
money, fuck the benefits. The Browns win. And then I got home and they started to blow the lead, and I was like, I'm going back to fucking Target.
Dude, I almost went back to my mom's. I like
I was like,
drove
I
home.
can't do this.
Yeah, that was scary, but that oh my gosh.
It was crazy. It was so wild. I like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, the
Neither could I.
Browns.
That's
So I texted one of my buddies, and I got on my break, and and I had a Snapchat from him, and he knows I've been all aboard the Browns train for like years. This goes back to like, a couple years ago when he and I were like hanging out at his dad's house watching the game. He's a huge Steelers fan. Him and his dad are huge Steelers fan. I mean, the Steelers suck. He gets pissed. He's like mad. So I knew I was
yeah.
already starting to pop by doing this.
Mhm.
I just text him regular straight face and just say all aboard. And he texts me and goes, "The Steelers are playing like an old offensive lineman I know. Last name starts with B." And I was like, "Hey bro, I was good with sucking. Like I was out by the end of it." And he was like,
Damn.
and he was like, "Says something about you." And
You started taking it
"Okay."
personally.
I was like, "Okay, bro." I was like, hey, bro, just because my primary team sucks doesn't mean I can't appreciate your team sucking too. And I was like, but at the end of the day,
Took home the dub, baby. Let's go.
oh my god, Juju, bro. You might not be able to talk ever again.
Yeah. Juju, like, he played not terribly. I remember
He played
seeing a
really, I
take.
mean, he played really well. He had like
I
over
remember
100 yards. He was
yeah.
their third down option every single time.
I remember seeing a take. It was like, at this point, the Steelers just gotta cut Juju. But, like, n no, they just can't let him they gotta deactivate all his social media accounts and
Yeah, I've
just
like
play
put
the
a clause in
game,
this contract that is like, you are not allowed to talk ever again.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Because every time he opens his goddamn mouth, they lose.
I thought it was funny though. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he opened his mouth on Friday. We predicted on Thursday. I predict the Browns on Friday if we record then.
Yeah.
Like, I say Browns on Friday if I hear what he says.
Dude, I had, so basically what happened was my friend, we went in on some bets together, and it was like some parlay that the bookie was like stupid enough to allow, and finally one of them hit. It was like first touchdown, first team touchdown, anytime touchdown, which like if you just get the first touchdown, all of those automatically hit, and like the odds are kind of crazy. So, um one of them finally hit, and the bookies like didn't want to pay us. So he gave us the money we on the same bets that we lost back, and then a free play. But
Okay,
the
okay.
catch was, we all there was like 4 or 5 of us, we all had to agree where to put it, and so, um, we decided to put on the Browns because they were underdogs. They were like plus 260,
Damn.
and so we talked so much about it. The other kids that we were playing with who, like, don't ever really gamble were like, "You know what? Here, like, we'll put $10 on it too." And so we had, like, 10 of us that were, we had this group chat that were just, rooting for the Browns, and that game, oh my gosh. That was so electric. Like, I don't think there will ever be a single quarter like that. 28-0. That wow. I don't know. I
It's crazy.
I
I mean,
think
it's really something else.
yeah. There were 2 teams that everyone wanted to win this week, like, the majority of the country, the Browns and the Bills, man. And those
Hmm.
were the 2 teams we've been wanting to win for, like, a while, so
I've
that's
been rooting for the
exciting.
Browns since they had Johnny Manziel. When they drafted Johnny Manziel, that's when I really started following college football in the NFL. And I
Mhm.
knew the Browns sucked for a long time at the time. So I was like, I'm gonna, you know what? The rooting for the Patriots is starting to get a little boring. This was a legit thought I had in my head. I was like, the AFC Championship being the Tom Brady Invitational every year was starting to get a little boring.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just kind of did the damn thing. Bought a Baker jersey when he got drafted because I was like, this kid's gonna be special,
Yeah.
and I just absolutely love everything they've done since then.
Hell yeah.
What I love about this is the Browns really didn't have coaches.
No, they didn't. Stefanski was on his
Coaching
in his
staff was
basement
out.
watching the game at home.
Half the Browns coaching staff was out. Their offensive line coach was out too. They had like some random offensive assistant. Imagine getting a job as an offensive assistant in the Browns. It's like an $80,000 a year job. You're just like chilling. This is good. You don't have to do a whole lot. You get to be on an NFL team on the sideline. Someone hands you a Bose headset and says, "Here, you're the O line coach this game. By the way, playoffs versus the three-seeded Steelers,
Yeah, and one of their
who
O
have one of the
linemen
best boxes in the NFL."
yeah, and their one of their O linemen, Baker met in the locker room before the game, and he ended up playing because they had some injuries and some COVID. It was one of their guys' like first NFL snaps, I'm pretty sure. It was ridiculous.
And
Like,
they blew it up.
yeah, they had 2 like third string O linemen in at one point. It was ridiculous.
That's crazy. They did an outstanding job. The special
Yeah,
teams coach was the acting head coach for that game.
that's ridiculous.
But okay. How far do you think Big Ben goes? Like, do you think he's done? Do you think he retires?
I think he'll retire for a week or 2 this offseason, and then he'll be back. I
You
honestly
think
think he's
so?
gonna retire and then, like, be like, "Just kidding."
Yeah, it's like, wait, 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 no, 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 I'm playing, I'm playing.
Yeah, because
But
that's just who he
the
is.
thing is, I don't think the Steelers are very good without a quarterback. Like, Big Ben's a really good quarterback. He's really talented still,
Mhm.
but I don't think they can win without a good quarterback. They sucked last year when they didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
So
Mason
I
Rudolph is
don't know
not
what that
the
looks like.
answer to their
Mason Rudolph
problem.
is not it.
The not the coaching carousel this offseason. It's gonna be a QB carousel. There's
Mhm.
gonna be a lot of quarterbacks who are in positions to move, and it's gonna be exciting.
It is gonna be exciting. Um, so r legitimately speaking, the Browns now have to go into Kansas City and play the Chiefs. They'll have their coaches back, and they'll have other players back. They didn't have Denzel Ward or Hodge.
I mean, if they play the same way that they do, maybe, but
I think realistically speaking, the Chiefs are just in a position to
yeah. But all right, I'm
take it
gonna
to.
I'm gonna make some takes for content now. Chiefs looked like shit the past few weeks, right? They just
It is
haven't been
true.
playing
They
that
have
well.
not looked that good.
They haven't played football in like 2 weeks at this point. So they haven't had the Browns are probably
Well, they rested all their
in
starters week 17.
yeah, so they haven't played in a long ass time. The Browns are coming off probably the biggest hype train like ever. They are riding high right now.
That
So if
is
they can
true.
take all of that momentum into a lackadaisical Chiefs team and just like lightning strike 1 or 2 touchdowns, force a few field goals or whatever, maybe. But in all reality, the Chiefs will probably win. But I don't think that the Chiefs are going to stomp the shit out of them. I think the game will be in question for at least the first 3 quarters. I think it'll be at least a close game for a while.
I agree with a lot of that. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Because the Browns are coming off one of their biggest upset in history. Big
Yeah.
Ben was 23-2-1 against the Browns in his career.
He never lost at home either against them.
Right, right. And they lost with no coaches. Oh no, it just gets worse every time I say it. It's
Yeah,
just so
it does.
funny. We literally lost. You guys literally lost to a Band-Aid O line. It's dude. It's like if they put me in at offensive line for an NFL playoff game. My scrawny ass, dude. It's like, yeah, suit up. You're going back into the trenches.
Oh my gosh.
But like, oh, I really hope they go further. I mean, my last day at work is tomorrow, so I'm watching all weekend.
Yeah. I mean, that would be electric, but
Yeah, I
we can hope.
realistically, I think the Chiefs are still just in a position to go to the Super Bowl again,
They're in a position to win the Super Bowl for the next like
2 or
foreseeable
3
future.
years. Because a
Yeah.
lot of teams are good. The NFC, a lot of the NFC teams are really good. I don't think they're on the level that the Chiefs are. The
I don't
NFC,
either.
I would argue, is more competitive than the AFC right now, but
There's no answer for the Chiefs.
there's no direct answer with the Chiefs. The Chiefs make adjustments better than any other team right now.
Yeah.
And maybe when the Patriots get some talent back, Bill Belichick will outcoach Andy Reid 9 games out of 10.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
they're both incredibly smart coaches. I have a ton of respect for Andy Reid, but how he got fired from Philadelphia, beyond me. Also, didn't the Chiefs used to like suck? Weren't
Yeah.
they like terrible like 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay,
And now they have like
all right.
Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, Le'Veon
I
Bell.
think once they drafted Pat Mahomes, it was game.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell plays for them. Clyde
True.
Edwards-Helaire.
They
But
drafted
yeah,
Clyde
so
Edwards-Helaire. How did
y
Clyde Edwards-Helaire make it to pick 32?
I don't know. I don't think he was supposed to be as good as he is.
That's true. I mean, he was LSU's RB1 last year.
Stacked draft class?
Not really.
I don't know. Basically, all of LSU's offense was drafted.
In like the first round, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, and Edwards-Helaire all went wrong.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
I think the Bills-Ravens game gonna be electric.
I think the Bills come out on top.
I hope so.
The Bills are more well-rounded than the Ravens. The Ravens' offense is not particularly good.
Imagine, dude, Bills Browns. That would be
I
insane.
have to pull for the Browns. I
Yeah,
have to. I
I
pledge my allegiance to the Browns.
I respect that.
Um,
So yeah, that's pretty much wrapping up the Super Wildcard weekend.
yeah, we will
That was
preview the divisional
awesome.
round
Thursday.
Thursday,
That
but
was awesome. It was
that
awesome.
was sick. It
Just
was
a
a
great weekend
sick
of
weekend.
football.
6 NFL games. This is how they should do the new playoff format every year.
Yeah, it'll be
This was
sick.
this was awesome.
I hope they do. It was a hit.
It
I
was a
wonder what
hit.
the ratings were like on TV. We'll talk about that on Thursday if I remember.
Probably pretty high.
Yeah, I think so.
So the only real NFL headline I have right now, I saw it late last night. Doug Peterson was fired, which is probably good, but like I don't know if he was the problem. And I saw it was like the upper management parted ways with him because they wanted to keep Carson Wentz. Yeah, dude, probably because you signed Carson Wentz like a $45 million a year contract, and you
Yeah.
don't want to make that cap space look like fucking nothing because it's fully guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Carson Wentz, people forget how ridiculous he was in the Eagles Super Bowl run. Like before he got hurt,
That's true.
he kind of tore it up. And Doug Peterson, I don't
He's
know.
not a bad coach, I feel
The
like.
I feel like the success revolved around how Wentz played though. And maybe with a different coach, Wentz will go back to being how he was pre-injury. Maybe the injury is why he's not playing that well anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. His decision making is pretty terrible, and I think that comes with bad coaching.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Eagles invested. I think they invested too much in Wentz to just get rid of him, and I don't like that contract. Is just ridiculous, and I don't think anyone's gonna want to pick it up right now.
No. I mean, no
So
team. I think if the Jets go to take a quarterback, they trade Sam Darnold's contract to the Colts, who have a lot of cap space. And Sam Darnold is still on his rookie contract, right? This is only his second season.
yeah, Sam Darnold's
So
like we haven't seen anything from him. It is way
I
too
don't
early
want
in
him
his
on the
career.
Patriots though. I don't I either want to start fresh or get Deshaun Watson or Matt
Matt
Stafford.
Stafford. Yeah, I'm okay with
My
that.
list right now goes Matt Stafford, Deshaun Watson, draft. And then every quarterback in the draft sign someone else.
Yeah, pretty much. I respect
So,
that.
but at the same time, I wouldn't hate trading a first round pick for Deshaun Watson. Trading pick 15 because historically the Patriots do not draft that well.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
really don't.
Well, especially recently.
No. So like
Well, they don't draft well early.
right, right. But so that's what I'm saying. Like why not trade that away? Like why
Yeah.
not go get it why not go get Deshaun Watson or go get Matt Stafford? Matt Stafford's a free agent. So if we sign Matt Stafford, we just get him and then we have a little bit less cap space and that's that. Deshaun
Yeah.
Watson's contract is bigger, so we can tell Matt Stafford, "Look, we're going to sign you, but we can't give you all the money we want to give you because we need to sign receivers so
Yeah.
that you can be successful." You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah. I mean, he's been making decent amount of money because of his allegiance to Detroit. So I
Right.
think if I were him, I just want to win at this point, you know?
Yeah.
Take a
All right, we are back. We are back. Time to wrap up the rest of the gaming news here.
yo.
So I saw that the NVIDIA 3060 on the RTX 3060 is coming out at the end of February, and it's going to be a 12 gigabyte card that costs $329. You thought it was going to be hard to get a 3070, 3080, or 3090. Huh.
This is going to be so
Just
brutal.
you wait.
Yeah. Dude,
Why do
I
I
want
feel like we've
one.
been on a graphics card shortage since 2017?
We kind of have.
When
How much
when
the 2060 Super, I I definitely paid more than $329 for.
I paid 435 for mine after
Yeah.
sales tax.
God damn.
Mine was like 409, like mine was like $410. And the retail for the Founders Edition was 399. So I got like a $10 premium because it was Asus and like they had their own tech on it.
Yeah.
But it was like
Oh,
I just don't understand. Like we've been
this
in a
card's gonna
graphics card
change the
shortage since
game.
like 2017. When people
It's
realized you could
ridiculous.
like mine Bitcoin off of a graphics card, people just have bought them all up, and it's like impossible to get a graphics card. Like
Just make it
what?
gamers only.
Ugh.
This
It's
card
just,
is gonna slap though. It's gonna be so good, and it's so cheap.
but like
329.
for like the power of a 2080 Ti. Ugh. I'll probably end up buying it at school, honestly. You know we're gonna be sitting around one day. I'm gonna be like, yo, shit, I have a chance to buy a 3060, and I'm just gonna buy it.
Yeah, I mean, and then you could sell your 2060 for like
I mean,
probably
easily more than I got it for,
yeah.
because graphics cards are impossible to get right now. So,
Yeah,
but I
low key,
probably
that
won't
might
do
be the
that.
move.
I'm probably just gonna be like, I'm selling this at cost because I just need to break even on this card.
Hell yeah. That'll be baller.
Um, so good luck, nerds, on that,
Good luck us.
bro. It's so bad. You can't even get a processor anymore without paying a resale fee.
Mine's still chugging along. I'll probably have to replace it in a few years, but
Do you have a first generation Ryzen?
uh I don't know. I don't think so.
I just replaced mine this summer. I feel like I got all my new parts at like the 11th hour before all this happened.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
Um, so speaking of computer parts, Razer makes Project Hazel, but it's a mask, like a face mask, like uh,
Interesting.
like these. But but it's like it's the design of it is so cool. It's mine just fell on the ground. The design of it is like it's like clear, like it's almost like a mesh,
Mhm.
but it has two gas mask kind of things on it.
That's
It's got like
sick.
two gas mask things on it, so it looks really cool, but it looks like a face mask. It's apparently it's designed for like the new normal. I
That
know
looks pretty
personally,
sweet.
I know personally that once we're free to do so, once officials are like, "Nah, you guys are good to like stop wearing masks," I will no
Fuck
longer
it.
be wearing a mask.
No, dude.
I will no longer be wearing a mask beyond my required period.
I feel like there will be a few people who
I mean, oh, of course, like I'm not gonna hold anything against people that think it's like safe to wear a mask because it obviously is. Um,
has RGB.
but
That's electric.
that might be a meme if it has RGB.
I thought it was I was gonna see it and be like, "Oh, this is, like, so weird and nerdy and
No, it looks
gross."
pretty cool.
Kinda
It's
sick.
kind of clean. It's gonna
Yeah.
cost like $700.
Oh my gosh. That's a
Um,
lot of money.
but yeah, I mean, I know for a fact that once like Charlie and like the CDC are like, you guys are good, like no need anymore. I'll be like,
Yeah, no question.
I'm gonna frame my mask like a jersey, put it on my wall,
Sign it.
and be and be like, this is a relic from the days, boys.
We're gonna, like, bring them to parties instead of doing jersey swaps, it'll be, like, mask swaps.
You give someone like a package of masks and be like,
Oh
this is
my
an
gosh.
antique.
Sign that shit. That's hilarious.
And then lastly, from the gaming headlines, this is actually shocking. NRG Zate has stepped down from playing competitive Fortnite. He has retired from the scene. He intends to be an NRG content creator and Fortnite coach. I respect this
Probably more
decision.
money in that.
There was a
Content creation is the thing. At least for now, it is definitely gonna make you more money for most people, unless you're like the best league team in the world. You're gonna make more money like
League of
content
Legends
creating.
players make like $400,000 a year. That's like the average salary of an LCS player.
Insane. It's a lot of money.
It is. I mean, hey, the amount of prize money Epic Games put into Fortnite in 2019, and even 2020 was historically high. Remember we were like, "Holy shit, someone's gonna win $3 million
Yeah, it was
playing
crazy.
Fortnite." But
Back in the day, Fortnite tournaments money was ridiculous.
like the World Cup in 2019 was awesome.
Well,
But
that's when they were making billions of dollars a month.
I'm sure they're still making several million a month. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no doubt. But like,
But it's gonna be significantly harder. Their revenue is probably slowing down, and they're probably reinvesting a lot of their money too. So,
yeah, new
um,
games. Fortnite's not gonna make them millions of dollars a month forever.
mhm.
So
um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of things I'm seeing is just the lack of prize money being put in, the lack of content. Really, there's just a serious lack of content in Fortnite right now.
there's only so much you can do without like
Right.
changing the integrity of the game.
Yeah,
So
and they've already changed the integrity of the game really by adding
yeah,
all these mythic guns and stuff.
true.
The
It's
game is far different than what we enjoyed in 2018. I'll say
Those were the
that.
days.
Those were the
Yeah,
days.
you can hate Fortnite all you want now, but if you weren't staying up till 2 a.m. squadding up with the boys on Friday night, then like, if you say that you didn't do that, like you're full of shit. You're lying. One time
I
I
got
was
my
on. I was
first
playing.
win playing with
Mhm.
a squad. It was like a curse amongst me and my friends. It was like I could not get a win. It was like Tapman playing Fall Guys. Remember that?
Yeah, that was
It was like
hilarious.
me not getting a win. So it was like a meme on my story, and within everyone I knew, it was like, ah shit, Branscombe can't get a win.
Mhm.
I got a win at like 11:45 on a Friday. I woke my mother up.
That's electric,
And she was like,
dude.
"What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "I won a Fortnite game."
I
16-year-old me was like, "Holy shit."
One time when Fortnite Mobile came out,
Oh.
we couldn't play that at our school unless you had VPNs. So
Same.
we all got VPNs and we grinded out a squad win during lunch one day, and that was so hype.
We
Everyone was like looking at us and we were just like, let's fucking go. And they're like,
me
what?
me and 3 of my friends were in the same entrepreneurship class when Fortnite Mobile came out, and
Mhm.
we would play in the middle of class, and we got a win, and we all just stood up and we're like, "Let's fucking go!" And
Yeah.
the teacher was like,
It's like,
"What?" And
what's
we
going
were just
on?
like, "What?"
Facts.
Uh, I mean, those were the days,
For the
but
days, man.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you left them.
Shout out Andrew Bernard.
Mhm. Um, but a lot of esports leagues teams are leaving the scene too. Like I don't think 100 Thieves is really renewing a lot of the contracts of their Fortnite players for long.
It's just like not profitable.
Not anymore. It's not. I mean, Epic Games isn't really investing a lot into the esports scene anymore. So
Yeah. It is what it is, man. Had its
yeah,
run.
it had its run. And everything Fortnite has done for gaming, the spotlight is put on, is just incredibly
Yeah.
awesome. Everyone that plans to work in gaming or esports or content at any point in time has something to owe to Fortnite. Because now there's a huge spotlight on it, and there is a negative side and stuff like that, but now you can see it. Now more people know about gaming than ever before. And
Yeah.
so I thank Fortnite a lot.
Facts. No
um,
question.
no matter if I played or not. I haven't played the game in like a year, but I still much appreciate what they've done.
Facts.
And I think that'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll
I
wrap
like
this
the
one up.
live.
Episode
The live was
19.
fun.
I really enjoy doing the live. Um, it was a good time. It
Yeah.
was a good
Do it
time.
again.
But we will be back on Thursday. Make sure you guys go follow our Twitter and TikTok at Cage Lions Pod. Make sure you go follow him at Benjamin Murray and at me, Ultraviolet Game. That's Ultraviolet within 3. And we'll be back on Thursday. I will
Yes,
not
sir.
be. We'll be doing 2 streams on Thursday off of my channel. We'll be doing He'll be streaming the episode on his channel. I'm not sure what his stream schedule looks like, but I am back to it. I work tonight and then tomorrow, and then we're grinding. We're grinding.
I might start playing some Madden on Twitch. Haven't really
Madden, do you have a
decided.
capture card?
What? Yeah. I
Damn!
got a Elgato HD 60S,
What
maybe.
the? I need one of those, honestly. Alright, and that'll do it for this episode. So, everyone, if you guys liked, make sure you You follow us, sub to us on YouTube, do your thing, do all the things, leave a review anywhere you can, and make sure you guys just tell someone you love them. We gotta spread the
Facts.
love in 2021. You know what
Hell
I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Peace, love,
that'll
positivity.
that'll do it. We will catch you guys on Thursday. Have a great middle of the week and power through. We'll catch you then.
Peace.